Universal design for learning. The why, what, and how of learning. UDL is a framework. It is a framework that invites educators to think about their curriculum design in a more equitable, inclusive, and accessible way. UDL considers 4 curricular elements. The first is learning goals. Learning goals are the purpose of the course. The learning materials, the resources used to teach a particular lesson or lecture. Teaching methods, the strategies used for instructional delivery. And finally, assessments. Assessments are the ways students show their learning and understanding of the content. 2 questions to ask yourself. What is my goal? What are the barriers? So consider what are the goals of your course, and consider what are the potential barriers that exist in your learning environment, and what are the barriers that exist in your current curriculum design. UDL promotes 3 core principles, and these 3 core principles build on the affective, recognition, and strategic networks of the brain. The first is engagement. Engagement is the why of learning. Engagement includes finding a way into the learning experience. Student motivation. What are the ways in which we can motivate students to be engaged in the content and stay with the content? And setting a stage for retention. Engagement is more than just a clever hook at the beginning of your lecture. Engagement must be sustained over time and invite students to become experts and lean into being agents of their learning. Representation, the what of learning. Representation is the content. It's the multimedia with varied supports. When we think about action and expression, the how of learning, the assessments. Action and expression is an iterative practice. Assessment is an iterative practice. There is choice to assessment, and there are options for expression. Each of these core principles comes together to support students towards becoming expert learners. Each of these core principles comes together to invite educators to think about ways to make their content more inclusive and equitable. Each of these core principles invites students to think about the ways in which they learn best and have options to include their voice and to ask for more choice in their courses. Engagement, representation, action, and expression. UDL lessons should have a lot of variety. Here's an infographic of the ways in which the engagement is linked to the affective network of the brain, representation is linked to the recognition network of the brain, and action and expression is linked to the strategic network of the brain. Take a moment to pause here and read the infographic. When incorporating universal design for learning, you might be asking, what does that look like? So it looks like choice in assignments, providing students choice to how they complete a particular assignment or even the type of assignment they complete to meet the learning goals. Variety of materials, using a host and a range and a diverse set of materials for students to be supported with the content. Varied presentation modes, so using video, using podcast, using recorded lectures, making sure there's a lot of opportunity for students to have representation of the material presented in a way that feels most suitable to their learning needs. Flexible assessment. Assessment does not have to be given in one way. Assessment can look like students creating an action research project. It can look like students completing a dissection for a lab. Assessment can be a variety of things, and there can be flexibility in those assessments. Flexible learning environments. Again, providing choice and variety to students so students have opportunities to feel successful, to feel included, and like the learning environment is equitable and for them is important. Multisensory lessons. So again, playing on the variety of ways in which people learn. So making sure there's opportunity for visual, for audio, for kinesthetic ways of learning. It's important that UDL be student-centered. So again, putting the learner and the individual first. What does the student need for them to be successful? Collaboration and group work. Allowing students an opportunity to engage with their peers. These are just a few ways in which you can think about incorporating universal design for learning into your courses. There are a few benefits to universal design for learning. The first is educators are presented with the opportunity through UDL to consider the barriers that are present in their learning environments and in their curriculum design. And by removing those learning barriers, you're maximizing the learning that can happen in your course. At its core, UDL holds social justice as a moral imperative, that education can be available to all students and can be available based off of student need, meeting students in an equitable and an inclusive way. It provides a framework for enhancing the curriculum. So UDL provides educators with an opportunity to think about all of the representations that can be used to enhance the content that they teach. It affords educators an opportunity to think about all of the ways in which they can invite assessment and varied assessment so students feel successful. UDL also builds on student strengths. Because UDL centers the student and thinks about and considers the fact that students come with a variety of needs, a variety of ways in which they learn, come with a diverse set of backgrounds into the learning space, it's important that you are centering the student and building upon student strength, using student strength and their assets to inform the ways in which curriculum design and the learning environment blossoms. So there are 3 questions to consider to help you support your design. You will listen to a lecture by Thomas Tobin, a faculty developer, and he asks 3 questions. Where do your students always send you the same question by email 700 times? So if you're thinking about what are some potential barriers to my current course design, you might already have a clue to this if you think about what are a set of questions that you seem to get every semester. Where do your students always get a concept wrong on the tests and causes you to have to reteach? That is a potential barrier. You may have seen this in previous semesters where there's a particular question that students seem to run into a wall with. And where do your students always ask for alternative explanations? You may have found yourself in previous semesters suggesting students to look at other resources, to view different videos, maybe to listen to a podcast. So it's important to consider these 3 questions and other questions to support your redesign or new design of your curriculum for your courses. UDL is a practice. It's an implementation that takes practice and time. It's a framework that invites educators to think about accessibility, equity, and inclusivity. It's a framework that invites educators to consider the best ways to meet the individual needs of all learners. So give yourself some space. Give yourself some space to practice. Give yourself some space to talk with colleagues. Give yourself some space and room for mistakes. Give yourself some space to not do everything at once. Take some time to consider the ways in which you can slowly begin to build upon engagement, representation, and assessment in your courses. UDL is also a really great framework for educators to check their ableism and think about the ways in which maybe you have presented a one-size-fits-all framework and model in your courses. It's a good rule of thumb to think about what works for me does not work for everyone. Learning does not occur in one way, and all learners are not the same. It's important that as you move forward with your course design or course redesign, that you're thinking about the fact that one size does not fit all.